Brother, the socially strategic game that has long played second fiddle to Survivor, is currently airing its second All-Star season. And yeah, at this point, I think most of us can agree that modern Big Brother is a mess. What was once a social strategic game set inside of a house that brought unpredictable moments, great / exciting gameplay, and us constantly expecting the unexpected has turned into predictable outcomes, good albeit boring gameplay, and us expecting the inevitable. So what can be done to change this? Not too long ago, I made a video highlighting 5 things I think can easily be applied to all future seasons of the show in order to just tweak it and send it back in the right direction. Let's take everything from that video and carry it over to this video. And today we have something a little bit special. We have unlimited power. I will not be simply tweaking the game of Big Brother, but reinventing it in order to give it a new breath of fresh air and help deliver a more fun TV show and more engaging live feeds. Thank you for supporting this channel. Subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing are crucial to this channel's growth and making all of this possible. If you want to do more to help keep the channel from being evicted from the YouTube house, then consider supporting us on Patreon. You get every video weeks early and even get an exclusive Patreon only video each month. Thank you for your support. At this point in Big Brother, it is time to shake things up. Let's really expect the unexpected from week to week. Personally, my biggest complaint with the show is seeing how many players are complacent from week to week and their unwillingness to shake things up because they're safe and in no immediate danger of going home. Why change things up when you are comfortable? Complacency just makes for boring television and boring live feeds. And I think the biggest reason for this is the head of household. Not who is the head of household necessarily, just the entire concept of it and how it shapes the game from week to week. Big Brother has used the head of household and the block since season 2, and while it can bring fun gameplay, it allows far too many people to feel safe and rest on their laurels. Is a player's alliance member the head of household? Great, that player has a 7-day vacation for them. They have little reason to do much in the game. The basic format of Big Brother allows far too many players to feel safe and does little to motivate them to make big moves. So let's shake up everyone's world. Let's reinvent Big Brother with our first big change, the head of household. Right now, the head of household is determined by who wins a competition at the beginning of the week, and from there, they're completely safe. Now, that's not going to change with what we're doing here. That stays exactly the same. But in current Big Brother, they nominate 2 players each week to be on the block, 2 players to go home, and it's the only 2 players that anyone in the house can vote for. Everyone else, safe. When a season has 16 players, it makes for some dull television to see 14 players unable to go home. Even if someone is taken off the block due to a veto being won and played on them, it simply puts someone else in their place. Only 2 people are eligible to go home at any point in time, and this limits the strategic gameplay and does not motivate most players in general to make impulsive last-minute moves. So let's change that up. In our new reinvented Big Brother format, there is still a head of household, as previously mentioned, but let's change what they do. Their powers need a little adjusting. Some things will remain exactly the same. They still get their special bedroom, they're still safe, and if Big Brother wants them to pick who are the have-nots, well, have at it. But let's evict the nomination ceremony completely. Instead of a nomination ceremony where they pick who is eligible to go home, instead they hold a safety ceremony where they grant 1 player safety for the week. This is our new Sunday night episode. Now let's briefly remember the 5 ways I propose to fix Big Brother, as all that still applies here. Julie Chen no longer tells the house guests the vote count, just simply who received the most votes. There are less days in the house. Instead of 99 like in recent seasons, we are down to 85. Double evictions are now an occurrence that happens multiple times in a season, and that is not at all affected by our new format. Any powers or twists that are added are socially based, simple, and are equal in power, like the safety suite in Big Brother 22. And lastly, the cast is more diverse in every sense of the word, where they come from, what race they are, what sex they are, and none of them know each other. Okay, so this means that now, instead of 14 out of 16 players being safe, 14 out of 16 players are eligible to go home, but the week isn't over yet. Wednesday, we see the aftermath of the safety ceremony, and everyone's scrambling as now pretty much anyone could go home. We get one more competition on Wednesday as we see a safety competition where one player can win safety for the week. There can be a week here and there which allows 2 people to win, but for the most part, it is only 1. This means that at most, only 3 or 4 players can be safe, and this is adjusted as the season goes on and players dwindle, and we remove how many players can be safe. So the max can be 4, but the least amount of people could be 1 or 2. Everyone else is fair game, and this is where we end Wednesday's episode. On Thursday, before the live vote, we see a flurry of game talk and players being targeted as most of the house could be gone next. Temporary voting blocks will occur, last minute changes to the vote can and will happen. Players have to stay on their toes unless they have safety, of course, and they can easily be blindsided by a vote that they do not see coming. Thursday still has a live vote eviction to end the episode, and that is the week with the new format. Now, I know that this is a radical change to the format of the show, but for me, it would be a welcome one that I think would make for at least a great 1-season twist, and if it works out, becomes the new permanent way to play. Now, it still isn't Survivor, which is always the fear when making a change to the show Big Brother. It's still Big Brother, just Big Brother reimagined. So what do you think? How would you reinvent the game of Big Brother if given the chance? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and if you like the content you see here, then please support me and this channel on Patreon. Your financial support makes all of this possible, so thank you, and thank you for watching.